So after a bullish run here with Clover Health Investments, CLOV stock, it is consolidating and still pushing up higher as I make this video. We're going to talk about everything with Clove stock, but before we do, all I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. I want to say welcome to the first time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel Invest for Tomorrow, and to all the subscribers, welcome back. Now we're going to jump into this chart and everything about Clover Health stock and why I believe, just like I stated yesterday, there's potential here for CLV stock. But let me share with you guys the home run of the day. I mentioned it over at the Discord. It went up 20% plus. Let's look at that, and we're going to talk about everything about Clover Health and what I think about it moving forward in the charts. The home run of the day was spectacular. It ran up 20% plus, almost reaching 25% at its highest point of possibility in just a matter of minutes. We're going to look at that chart, but I do want to invite you guys to join us. If this is something that interests you, you're more than welcome to. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together, and we look forward to having you join us. So these are the stocks I mentioned this morning: DAER, BDR, and WORX. Turned out to be our home run of the day. BDR gave us 10 to 15% at its highest point of possibility, and DARE gave us small jumps of 3 to 5%. And I did an update on GNUG being acquired by DraftKings, and this was a big deal because this is a stock, if you've watched my videos before, that I've been talking about towards the second half of the videos when it was in the low 11s. The closer to 10, the bigger the opportunity, even at 12, and it jumped up today to nearly almost $20, reaching the 19s at the highs in pre-market. And it turned out spectacular. But our home run of the day here on the chart was WORX of the stocks we were watching this morning. Started watching it around 390s, and it jumped up nearly 5 to 10%, pulled right back down, hit a new low here of about 380s, and it shot up in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes, just about 5 to 15% plus, pulled right back down and took off in the next 30 minutes to a highest point of 20% plus, guys. If this is something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description. This is what we look for daily. 5 to 10% is the realistic expectation. 10 to 20% is great, and 20% plus is a home run. And this turned out to be a phenomenal one in just a matter of minutes. And this is something you can become part of too. And we look forward to having you join us. Let's jump into this chart and everything about it. So here we are with CLOV stock, Clover Health Investments, and this is a stock that I made a video on yesterday. I talked about how this is an opportunity you don't want to miss out on, but right now I'm not stating this to be a momentum or anything like that. This could be more than anything a bull trap, so it is important to be aware of that, and I'm always talking about the unbiased side of things and being really aware of what's going on. And I stated in yesterday's video that if this stock went towards the 7s, it was becoming an even bigger opportunity. And the lowest that we've seen it in the 52-week range was $6.31. And I stated the times I talked about this stock. I talked about it back in April over at the Patreon, and I talked about it in May, which I have it right here, the proof of it, May 16th. Talked about it while I was watching it, how we actually performed last time we caught it in the April time frame. It gave us 10 to 30% at its highs. And then we talked about it again in May as it was going towards $7, and it hit lows there of almost $6 again, right at these lows here of $6.50, and it took off towards that end of May and beginning of June, and that was a huge squeeze that I am not really focusing on. If that happens again, that's great. I've stated it before, but if it doesn't, I'm really focusing on analysis price targets, right? I think that's one of the biggest things to be aware of, to give you an insight of where the stock stands and how much room it possibly has, right? On the low end, $9, on the mid end, $9.50, and the high end, $10. So if this goes back to $7, there's a 30% plus opportunity. And at the levels that it currently sits, when we started watching yesterday in yesterday's video, and I've talked about it plenty of times, it was giving a nice 20% opportunity. Now that it went up nearly 7%, there's still a 13% opportunity from where it sits now to the highest analysis price target of $10. Now, if this ends up squeezing, which analysis price targets don't take that into consideration, it can be a little bit more than that, right? It can end up being, 30% beyond what we see. It can be 40%, 50%, or even 100%, right? But that's not really what I'm focusing on. I was looking at this more for a technical perspective, that the opportunity is there. It's been consolidating at these lows, and it's gotten really close to the $7 range where I first talked about it at $7.47, and it went towards those lows of the sixes. And I stated that the worst case scenario, what I would do, since I'm always looking for that 10, 20%, and anything beyond 20% plus is a home run, I would just average down if my conviction is high, right? That's what I would do. I've done my research. I see what analysis price targets are saying, and that's what I would do. But that is not something that will work for every single investor. But this is really a stock that at these levels is a great opportunity. Now, I want to share with you guys what I'm watching, because this stock really needs to slow down before it turns into a bull trap, because earnings is coming up in just a day, right? Well, actually 2 days. Today's the 9th. It says here August 11th. If anybody wants to correct that, they can. But based off this platform, it says August 11th, and I believe that is correct. Now, if this consolidates here and it forms a channel, right, that's going to be a sign of strength. But if this just continues to bounce off, then it could be a possible anticipatory run towards earnings, and then it's just going to fall off like we saw right here. And that's not really good. That's more of a bull trap than anything. But catching it at these lows means that you've caught it near the all-time lows that we've seen. And if it goes below that, it's an even bigger opportunity. So when the real reversal does happen, this stock could potentially give some type of returns of 10 to 20%, 20% plus, 30%, and so forth. But this is really what I don't want to see, because if it just runs up like that and comes right back down to the same place where it started, then there you go. It's a bull trap, and that's not looking as healthy as it should. So we got to see how this plays out for earnings, how it's going to play out towards it, and is it going to consolidate or just keep on running, and what does it do after, right? But at these lows, this is a big opportunity regardless, even in the 8s, right? I've stated it before, towards 7, even bigger, towards 6. I mean, you're catching it at like a point where the only downside is that things just get really out of control and it goes towards 5. And it's highly unlikely for CLOV stock to end up at those levels. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible, because the stock market sometimes is more irrational than we can think, and it can be very volatile, especially a speculative stock like CLOV stock, or almost considered a meme stock at this point. But CLOV stock has a lot of growth potential, a lot of room to expand. They are expanding as we speak, and the value of the stock is just there, It's just sitting at these lows where I believe there's more room for this to actually start showing and proving itself to become a reputable and growing company in the eyes of investors. And that's something that it's had trouble doing. Then it became a meme stock, and it's been making it more volatile than it should be. And then it had that short attack way back here, right? And it's just been a very big roller coaster for Clover Health. Now, if it squeezes, that's great. But that wasn't my intentions back then when I started watching it at the 7s. A lot of people were talking about that speculation and hype. I was focusing more on what I've always done, that 10 to 30%. And you could see it in the charts. It was pulling back, and it went up from a gamma squeeze. There's different types of squeezes. There's the short squeezes, gamma squeezes, and just overall, there's many different types of squeezes when you really think about it. And that's something that a lot of investors are anticipating again. But if it doesn't happen, this is what I focus on, because that's the whole point of investing, looking at what analysis price targets state, setting my goals, and I'm looking for that 10 to 30% range and move on from there. But if I get caught up in the position where a squeeze might happen and the shorts have to cover, or a gamma squeeze or any type of squeeze is forming and the charts are signaling, that type of potential or momentum, well, if I got in at these levels, why not ride it up, right? But I'm always focused on my goal. So I just want to send out that message to every single investor. Focus on your goals. Know why you're in a position. Know why you want to get out, why you want to get in, and don't just follow the crowd. But this stock has moved a lot. I mean, nearly 10% in just a single day at its highs. Actually, it did reach 10% plus, and this has been a phenomenal run. The question is, could it continue? So we have support levels to watch and resistance. First resistance is 882, and then we have up here 974. Just to put it that way into perspective, those are the 2 points. This is the highest point in this bearish consolidation, and then the next point will be 972, 971, give or take. And the first support is down here at 855, and then down here at 835. Those are the levels I would watch to see if the bulls try to reappear or if the bears are turning this one down. As always, this is not financial advice. This is just me enlightening you guys on the stocks I'm watching and why I'm watching them, what I like about them, and you go do your due diligence and your research to better understand and make a rational decision once you put it all together. If you guys want to know what stocks I watch daily and weekly, you're more than welcome to join us. The links are down below in the description. We look forward to having you join us. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.